Welcome to another edition of Let's Play WWE 2015. We are less than a week away from the WWE Network special Road to WrestleMania, which will be our last stop before the big event live from Levi Stadium in the first week in April when we take over California. But with that being said, we still got some things coming up before Levi Stadium, so let's get into the final show before our network special this weekend. We have the pre-show kicking off with Dolph Ziggler teaming up with his friend Rob Van Dam, as both men have recently been having problems with the League of Nations, and it seems possible and plausible that Rob may have found a tag team partner, at least one, to take on the League. But either way, they kick off the pre-show in the first tag team match here tonight. And ignore the caption at the bottom, because that feud really doesn't mean anything and will be gone after this video. The next pre-show match is just to get Chris Jericho on the show, because Chris has not been used or been seen for a bit, so I just figured I'd put him on the pre-show and give the fans here in Michigan a treat. And then we head to the last pre-show match, and that is Ted DiBiase Jr. against Heath Slater, as DiBiase wins, in my opinion, what could be his first match since returning back to the company. But this, I will say, is a turning point for DiBiase, as Teddy has had his problems, but I think that I may actually start using DiBiase as well as I should be. That made more sense in my head. Either way, let's jump right into the promo, as Seth Rollins is bashing the veterans and saying that Randy Orton and John Cena are holding on for dear life because they know the new face is ready to take over the WWE. And then Kevin Owens joins, and after a bit, he says, "I don't normally agree with you, Seth. I think that you're a coward. I think that you're slimy. I think you're a lot like me. But that's why I don't like you. But I do agree with you saying that John Cena and Randy Orton need to make way for the future. Because you might say you're the future, and you might say that briefcase proves it, but I will tell you, Seth, that you don't want to be in my way once I get rid of John Cena. Because once I get rid of John Cena, I'm coming for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Whether you're the champion, whether Brock's the champion, or whether Roman Reigns is the champion, I don't care. I'm coming for the WWE World title once I'm done with John Cena." And then, of course, Cena joins the fray, does his usual Cena spiel. Randy joins the fray. One of them mentioned championships and being in a league of Randy mentions being in a league of all their own, and that brings out The Miz, who does his thing, and then Dean Ambrose comes out, and he's like, "We having a party?" If I would have known that there was going to be a party, I would have brought some cake. Then again, I don't like you, Miz, and I sure as hell don't like Seth Rollins, so I don't know if the cake would have been eaten or thrown at someone. Look, if this ain't a party, then this is a fight. So what is this? And what are we gonna do about it? The heels start backing off, and the faces, both heels and faces, are staring down each other. I will tell you this much, that the seeds may have been planted for a future feud between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. But when that feud will happen is a whole different story. So let's now jump into the first match of the night, as AJ Lee is going up against Alicia Fox in the opening match of SmackDown. But once again, this isn't about the match, and it's more about what happens after. As Nikki Bella jumps in the ring and attacks AJ Lee, leaving her down and out, and many puzzled by the fact that she did it, wondering why would she attack AJ. But Nikki can't inflict that much damage on AJ. Nikki can't inflict that much damage on AJ because Naomi runs in and helps AJ. Seeing her rival Nikki going after somebody like she did to her a few weeks back. But this adds more questions. Why is Naomi and Nikki now involved with AJ? But now we head back down to the announce position, where Jason Albert is with his cohorts as they discuss a match that has now been made for this weekend's network special, as John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton will team up against The Miz, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins in a 6-man tag team match. Main event for the network special this weekend. And while we are down there, Dolph Ziggler and Rob Van Dam come down to commentary and join Jason, Jerry, and Scott Hudson for the next match. Oh. They join for the next match, and the next match involves the League of Nations, as the League of Nations is going up against the New Day, and the New Day is victorious after Big E drops Sheamus with the big ending, and gets the New Day one step closer to challenging Cesaro and Tyson Kidd for the WWE World Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. But following the match, Dolph Ziggler and Rob Van Dam grab microphones and challenge the League of Nations to a match this Sunday, live on the WWE Network. A tag team match, particularly Sheamus and Bad News Barrett. And Bad News and Sheamus don't take that long to accept the challenge and agree to face Dolph and Rob this Sunday, live on pay-per-view. Live on the WWE Network. Now we move to the next match, as Daniel Bryan steps in the ring against Bo Dallas, and Daniel Bryan easily dispense the Bo Lever via submission. But following the match, Daniel, joined by his tag team partners MVP and Kane, talk about the network special. MVP talks about his match against Bray Wyatt. And Kane talks about his match against Luke Harper this Sunday night at the network special, and how they will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are not afraid of the Wyatt family. Now we head backstage as Roman Reigns is in his locker room, and Triple H walks in and tells Roman, I know you don't like me, and I don't like you very much either, but we both know that you're going to WrestleMania. But if you want to go to WrestleMania, heed my advice. You can't go into WrestleMania cold. You need practice. You need to be on top of your game if you're going in the ring with the Beast Incarnate. That's why this Sunday you will have your test. You will have your test this Sunday at the WWE Network special. On the WWE Network special, because you will go in the ring against an opponent of my choosing. And that's not all. You will step into the ring anytime between now and WrestleMania, because if you're facing the Beast, you have to be the best. And Roman, I don't think you're the best. We head back to the ring as Natty faces Evie in a basically a match to get her on the show before she faces Mickey at WrestleMania for the WWE Divas title. And that's exactly what she talks about following the match, as she hypes up as Byron jumps in the ring and interviews Natty about her match upcoming at WrestleMania for the WWE Divas title against Mickie James. And Natty, the only thing that I will say about the promo is that Natty mentions that this match against Mickie will be the end of their feud, because one person will walk out of Levi Stadium the WWE Divas champion, and the other will know they got beat by the better competitor. Speaking of the Wyatt family, primetime players go up against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper is counted out after Kane and MVP and Daniel Bryan all run in. And with the distraction, it's supposed to be distraction actually, not attack. But either way, the primetime players are victorious and move one step closer to the WWE title shot, tag team title shot at WrestleMania. They're talking up the match. We go back to the announcers as they talk up the match between Dean Ambrose, Alex Riley, and Sami Zayn that will take place this Monday night on Raw, where if Ambrose wins, he gets Miz one-on-one. No Alex Riley. No Alex Riley at all. He's barred from ringside, and if Alex shows up at ringside, Miz is disqualified and will lose the WWE Intercontinental Championship. If Sami Zayn wins, it will be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And if Alex Riley wins, neither Ambrose nor Sami Zayn will challenge The Miz at WrestleMania. Now we head to the match. Speaking of The Miz, we head to the match that was made due to Big Show's victory last Monday night in the Fatal 4-Way. Big Show faces The Miz, and The Miz is victorious, successfully defending the Intercontinental title against the Giant with the help of his protege, Alex Riley, because Riley distracts the Big Show long enough for The Miz to be able to hit skull-crushing finale on the Giant. Now we head backstage as John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton. Well, John Cena's warming up for his match in the main event, and Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton walk in, and Randy says, "Look, we haven't seen eye to eye. We never have. But we have a common enemy. And our common enemies will be in the ring together this Sunday. So let's put our differences aside for the sake of beating some sense into those morons for the world to see. And then after the match, we can go back to hating each other if we really want to." All three of them shake hands and agree. They'll put the differences aside for Sunday. Now we head back to the ring as Zeb Coulter and Ryback come out to the ring, and they just, from the word go, they start talking down to Jack Swagger and saying he's a joke. They don't know how Jack Swagger still has a job, let alone can be held in the same regard as Ryback, or how he's stupid enough to turn down having Zeb Coulter be his mentor again, and being coached to go back to being world champion. And then they start insulting Jack's status as an amateur wrestler from Oklahoma State University, and a two-time All-American, that's all it took to get Jack Swagger to come out. But before things could get out of hand, security swarms the ring before Ryback and Swagger can get too into brawling with each other, and they split each other up. Security does, but tensions are at an all-time high between these two as we head to the network special when Swagger and Ryback will go one-on-one. And now we head to the main event as John Cena faces Stardust. I will say this, it's not up to the standard it isn't up to where I thought it would be, but it's better than I thought it could have been, so I'm happy. But either way, Cena's victorious as we head to the network special this weekend, live on the WWE Network. It is Road to WrestleMania. Well, that's the reason. Okay, not very good in terms of popularity, but in terms of overall rating, I'm okay with it. Because the overall rating was a 74, the final rating. But unfortunately, it increased our popularity in 18 regions and decreased our popularity in 16. So, not a good show, but it's a normal SmackDown. I don't know how much longer this can we can go this way. But let me know then in the comment section, what was your favorite part of the show, least favorite part of the show, what would you have done differently if you were me? And are you looking forward to the network special this weekend? And if so, of the matches I announced, what match are you looking forward to most? Because I can tell you this much. It is very possible you may see AJ Lee teaming up with Naomi against Nikki and Paige this Sunday on the network special. But to find out anything more about the network special, like who Roman Reigns will be going one-on-one against this Sunday, you'll have to tune in to the next video. And to know what's gonna happen, and to know when this video posts, to know when the network special posts. For that, you have to leave a like on this video, or you can subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. I know, I thought by now I'd know my outro too, but everybody makes mistakes. I'll be good in the next video, so tune in. Later.